Please like and subscribe. I don't do this typically with Asman because it's Asman. Bro's pretty much leading the internet.
The United States
The fuck?
Marine Corps Force Reconnaissance, or FORCON, was established in 1957
That's
to
cool.
conduct deep reconnaissance and special operations, providing intelligence for MAGTF commanders.
What's a MAGTF commander? What is that? What is a MAGTF commander? A MAGTF commander is the single commander in charge of a Marine Air Ground Task Force. Marine MAG, MAGTF, Marine Air Ground Task Force. There's your knowledge. I'm informative, goddammit.
FORCON operates under Marine Expeditionary Forces and can support joint operations when tasked. Marines in FORCON complete the Basic Reconnaissance Course, or BRC, a rigorous 9 to 12-week program covering patrolling, amphibious reconnaissance, and surveillance operations.
That's like the best part about being in this kind of field, I feel like, is especially if you're part of the actual military, being able to train with live rounds. I bet that is so fun. Because, like, for us, we would usually have training in the morning as a firefighter. What we would do is we would go and eat. First, that was the first thing we did every morning. After we checked the truck off, we'd go and eat, and then we'd come back, do training, which usually took about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we would, tidy it up, and we'd be done for the day unless we got calls. The usual training that a firefighter goes through, at least for my job, where I worked. So the first day, I'll talk about the first day that I was with my captain, because he was trying to scare me. I know what he was trying to do. But I had been so accustomed to my academy and outlaying the hose and doing all that stuff that, for me, unloading the hose and then squirting water, that shit's easy. It's like the funnest thing you can do. And that was the first thing he made me do. He's like, okay, so we're gonna go through the hose lab. Their hose was a little different, so you have to keep in mind anytime you go to a fire station, and you work for them or you volunteer for them, their hose layout may be different depending on what kind of calls they get. So like you'll have different types of hose lays. Like for me, I liked their layout because I can flick it up and then grab the nozzle and go. So what you do is you have two people. One person grabs one end, the other person grabs the other end of the hose layout. They open it up so like they go separate ways. The person grabs the nozzle and then like a loop of the hose. They put it here and they walk, and then the other person takes it and then flicks it out, and then the hose is ready to it's almost completely deployed at that point. Then you take it and you fucking run with the nozzle to wherever the fire is. Their style of firefighting is probably the most aggressive style of firefighting you will ever see at a fire station. They pride themselves on it, and I loved it. If you see a fire, it's first man to the nozzle, first man to the fire gets the credit. And credit meaning like they get the back pats, you know what I'm saying? But typically whenever we trained in the mornings, we always booted up full gear. And it was so fun, dude.
They specialize in deep reconnaissance, meaning they operate behind enemy lines to gather intelligence and conduct special operations, including direct action against high-value targets. FORCON
Why did he do
operated
that? I wonder why only he did that and not the rest of them.
conflicts such as Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan, primarily conducting deep reconnaissance and intelligence gathering missions.
That's crazy.
They are equipped with advanced weaponry, including the M4.
There is no kick to that gun. That gun has, like, no kick.
A1 carbine, the MK13 sniper rifle, and the M249 squad automatic weapon.
So they're trained in close combat and in long. That's impressive. So, like, I guess their entire training regiment, whenever they're there for that amount of time, they're doing nothing but like practicing their shots and getting used to like actual like up in your face combat. Can you even get like an M4 as a civilian? Can you get an M4 if you're not in the military? There isn't. So only military and law enforcement can. It makes sense because that weapon is incredible. No, you're right. Only law enforcement and military can own an M4.
Recon units are trained in combat diving, direct action
I would
operations.
assume that before you get a job as a cop, if you went to the military and you're trained with M4, they probably give you an M4 if you were trained and then you become a cop. I'm assuming. Actually, you know what? I'll put some more knowledge in here for you. If you're a cop, how do you get an M4? Acquire rifles like the M4, usually in the form of an AR-15 variants, though a variety of ways depend on the specific. So it depends on the specific policies and funding, of their department. So not every department has it.
A single Forcon team typically includes 6 to 8 Marines, each cross-trained in medical care, demolitions, communications, and weapons expertise.
So they all know how to do the, okay, so they all know how to do everything. Yeah, you can't have the only medic on the team getting shot, right? Long are the days where we had people running around on the battlefield with a big cross on their freaking head, huh?
Marines who aim to join Forcon must complete BRC, a demanding course with a historically high attrition rate, often reaching up to 40%.
I can almost promise
due
you
to
SWAT teams have them. That's what makes swatting people so goddamn dangerous. I personally think that if you SWAT somebody, you should go to jail for attempted murder.
Physical and mental challenges.
Anything could happen when you get swatted, dude.
Forcon Marines are known for their motto, swift, silent, deadly, highlighting their identity as elite warriors who strike with precision. Amphibious reconnaissance training prepares Marines for covert beach landings, maritime infiltrations, and surveillance in coastal environments.
It's kind of crazy to think that there is a possibility that we may never see all-out, like, assaults like D-Day and Normandy because of how the military is trained now. You could probably wipe out an entire village if you dropped a group of men behind enemy lines without losing a single person, more so than trying to do a whole all-out, like, frontal assault war. And even so, like, there's a higher chance that we end up getting nuked before that even happens again like that. Like, I think the days of being on the battlefield are kind of numbered, you know? Yeah, like, I feel like those days are long gone.
They train in open water navigation, swift water swimming, and underwater demolitions to ensure effectiveness
maybe Black
in the
Ops.
littoral and riverine zone. The Raven drone is a hand-launched, portable UAV used by Marine reconnaissance teams.
There we go, we got drones now. Damn, even the military boys, the Marine boys, Marine men are using it now as well. They're Recon, so that's kind of impressive. So what happens if the Recon team fucks up? Does that mean that the whole thing is, like, down the drain?
Aerial surveillance. It provides live video feeds and infrared imagery, enabling
I bet these men see some shit that makes them want to go in and do stuff. I bet they see some scary, fucked up shit when they're doing recon for these places. Whenever they're doing recon for these guys that have kidnapped an American or something, you know?
Operators to identify enemy positions,
high-value
track
target.
movements, and assess battlefield condition. The Raven has a range of 10 kilometers, a flight endurance of 90 minutes, and can operate in both day and night conditions for stealth missions.
Yeah, I've actually heard stories of that. Like, a lot of people think that cell phones were originally from, like, if I'm not mistaken, what kind of cell phone was originally made for the military and then released later to the public? Cell phone originally made solely for the military and the direct release to the public. Military needs significantly influence. Yeah. So here it is. I guess I was a little off, but it says although there isn't a specific cell phone originally made solely for military, which by the way is wrong. I've heard that before of like, oh well, the military made the cell phone first. No, 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 no. It says cell phones originally made solely for the military and then directly released to the public. Military needs significantly influenced the development of technology used in modern cell phones. Examples include early mobile radio development, government-funded research, that kind of stuff, all that good stuff, all that knowledge. So that way, if someone tries to hit my video, I could be like, no, I'm dropping the knowledge on you.
Bilateral amphibious rate training during FIBLEX exercises enhances interoperability with allies, particularly the Philippine Marines. Training includes ship-to-shore assaults, beach landings, and urban warfare.
Yo, I bet that sucks when you get all that shit up in your boot. You get that water in your boot from like misstepping once in that damn water.
Drills for joint
I bet
readiness.
that sucks so bad because them boots are airtight.
Marines practice fast roping, zodiac insertions, and close quarters combat to sharpen skills for maritime operations.
I was actually very surprised. So, like, bunker gear boots are like the old style rain boots. Those damn things are surprisingly comfortable. They are ridiculously comfortable.
FIBLEX emphasizes amphibious operations, humanitarian assistance, and disaster response as part of regional security cooperation.
Oh man, what the hell would what would be a disaster response? What is that? What would be classified as a disaster response in the Marine Force Recon teams? Marine Force Reconnaissance teams with these specialized skills, trainings, blah blah blah. Hmm. The boots have, yeah, they have to be comfortable, man. Because if you don't, they're gonna fuck your feet up. And what you wear matters. A lot of people like they go to the store and they buy these cheap ass running shoes, and like if you have the money to buy like a good pair of running shoes, get a good pair of running shoes. Because if you fuck your feet up, man, you really mess yourself up.
U.S.-Philippines Defense Alliance under the Mutual Defense Treaty, which has been in effect since 1951.
Control it first, then transition.
Oh, get him!
The
Come on, get
Marine
him!
Corps Martial Arts Program, or MCMAP,
Yep,
trains
MCMAP,
recon Marines
remember
in
that.
hand-to-hand combat, close quarters battle, and control tactics. The program focuses on subduing and capturing high-value targets through joint locks, strikes, and takedowns.
You see, that really sucks. If you're a short person, bro, all he has to do is just hold his hand out. That's all he's got to do.
MCMAP incorporates military martial arts based primarily on boxing, judo, wrestling, and Filipino martial arts.
I think that it's really badass that they implement the gun into that. That's really cool. So like the way they train you with this martial skill is if you had it kind of like John Wick style. That's really cool.
World combat scenarios. Marines train to fight in confined spaces, including buildings, vehicles, and tunnels where firearms may not be viable.
See, that's the best way to train right there. get fully booted and geared with guns and all. Yo, they are getting the best possible, the training these guys are getting is the best. Like that always kind of bothered me, is like, if you're gonna train, do it the right way. Do it like in the scenario that you would be put into.
The curriculum emphasizes transitions between striking, grappling, and weapon deployment under high-stress conditions. Training scenarios include defense against multiple attackers, hostage rescue, and counter-ambush techniques.
I don't like. There are some countries in the world that learning martial arts is like, it's a law. You have to. What countries do you have to learn martial arts as a law? It used to be state law. I guess they changed it. It used to be state law in China, I believe, and they changed it to where it's no longer
Fast
forced.
roping during visit, board, search and seizure, or VBSS, training allows Marines to deploy rapidly from MH-60 Seahawk helicopters onto target vessels.
I bet that's really fun to do.
VBSS training prepares Marines to board ships, search for contraband, and seize control during counter-piracy and interdiction operations. The fast roping technique enables rapid insertion into hostile or contested environments for security and intelligence
Do
missions.
they not clip onto that rope? I didn't see any of them clip on. Maybe they're doing it so fast that I don't see it.
MH-60
He's
Seahawks
kicking his feet,
provide
dude. You
aerial
know he's
support
having
and
fun.
mobility, enhancing the effectiveness of maritime interdiction efforts.
No clip. Holy shit. That's crazy.
The Seahawk
It
has
makes sense
maximum
because
range
if you get fucked up by that, like if you get like if it jams, you can get really fucked up.
Approximately 500 nautical miles, and can transport up to 12 personnel or about 9,000 pounds of cargo depending on configuration.
That's pretty impressive that they're not clipped in. It makes me wonder. Oh, we've done that. We've done this. Those dummies are fucking heavy. Oh, they got lucky, dude. This one, it's missing some weight here on the end. Yo, like whenever I went to the academy, my academy at the fire academy, right? The academy. The dummies, dude, they were so busted up that by the time our academy ended, they were just in pieces, man. We did so many carries. We did the drag carries. We did like the the shoulder carry. They didn't want us doing that one too much because it's just not feasible with the firefighters pack on. It's just not the SCBA. It's not SCBA self-contained breathing apparatus. It's what they use that they clip into to breathe when they're in the fire. It's just not feasible to throw something over your shoulder. They also tried to train us into like holding them like out in front like this. That didn't a lot of people can do that one because it's hard to do if you're short, at least for me. Cause like all my body weight is gonna go forward and it
Annual
sucks.
Recon Challenge brings together Recon Marines and
Those are
corpsmen
heavy.
to honor
I could see
fallen
how heavy
comrades
that is. That thing looks fucking heavy.
and test their capabilities.
A lot of people don't think it, but the dummies that we had to use typically whenever we were doing the scenario with the downed firefighter, they would have full bunker gear on. And whenever you try to drag that gear on fucking concrete, you hate every second of your life. Because it gets stuck on everything. It's like trying to drag a sandbag on gravel. It's fucking terrible.
The medical training casualty exercise simulates battlefield trauma care, teaching Marines to treat wounded teammates under fire. Evacuation drills require Marines to carry 180 to 200...
I've had to do this as well. As through my EMT class, we had to learn how to clip people to the helicopter boards. It's not as easy as you think. Depending on the type of board, it could be very, very bad. Like the ladies that was spinning out in the helicopter.
Casualties over rugged terrain for up to 5 miles, replicating combat extractions. Participants also engage in
Whoa, he looked like he stole something. What was going on with him?
rifle range shooting, testing their marksmanship, speed, and accuracy under extreme
He's got a
stress.
bipod? What the fuck? That's cheating. Ain't no way you can have no bipod in the middle of combat.
Helocasting supports covert infiltration by enabling Marines to reach enemy coastlines or riverbanks undetected.
I wonder how many people have accidentally fallen off the boat into the water.
By
Not watching their
enabling
step
Marines
here.
to reach enemy coastlines or riverbanks.
I bet it happens a lot
undetected.
more often than you think.
Marines use helocasting to insert into open water from low-flying helicopters, enabling stealth approaches during amphibious operations.
That's crazy.
Marines conducting helocasting are trained in combat swimming, open water navigation, and recovering mission equipment. Helocasting missions are commonly conducted using CH-47 Chinooks, CH-53E Super Stallions, or MV-22 Ospreys.
Oh man, look at that wind from the helicopter. That's crazy, dude.
Using spy rigging, multiple Marines can be lifted 50 to 80 feet below a helicopter for rapid extraction.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that, dude. No, fuck that. Fuck that. If you think for a minute my ass would be dangling from a goddamn whirlybird with the wind hitting me in my face and the water blowing back on me, dangling from a fucking rope that's barely kept together by a fucking piece of metal, you fuck that. Yo, I would lose my shit. If I can't control, like, if I'm being, like, the only reason, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not even gonna bullshit with you. The only reason why, because, like, so in the academy, whenever you are doing ladder week, there's a whole week dedicated to just ladders. Just ladders. Just ladders. The first day, you're carrying the fucking ladders fully bunked up in what can only be described as the most hellish Texas environment you could ever be in, more so than Karens themselves. Okay? So after that, after you're done you're done walking and picking up on these fucking ladders in full bunker gear in 90-degree fucking humidity and like 100-degree heat, after you get done fighting the black spots away and not passing the fuck out, you have to climb up the ladder and you have to wrap your legs around the ladder bunked up and you have to lean all the way back and kind of go like limp. I can do that. I did it just fine. Had no problems with it. Dangling from a fucking rope. That would be all end all for me. Now, if someone was really chewing my ass out, I could probably do it. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I could. I have never been in a helicopter. And in my personal opinion, there's no goddamn reason for me to be in a helicopter. Shit's too fucking high, it's too fucking noisy, and I fucking hate heights. Believe it or not. Big surprise.
Action from challenging environments.
I got offered to be on a ladder truck once, and I said, hell no. No. And with the planes falling out of the damn sky nowadays, my ass ain't getting no damn airplane either. Shit. Best believe I'm not gonna do that. That is just fucking crazy. No, fuck that. I might be able to do a skydive. If you can get me in the plane and get me out of the plane into a skydive, I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it.
These capabilities are vital for special
I would love
reconnaissance,
to do a halo jump.
direct action missions, and emergency recoveries in dynamic environments.
Hey, there, wait a minute.
Combat gear. Marines are taught to escape from a capsized helicopter while submerged.
Yo, that's the thing. That you could actually take a course as a firefighter that gives you a certification that says that you can help somebody who's in like a trapped vehicle. And they do this exact same thing to you. They put you in the vehicle, they turn that bitch upside down, and they thrust it into the water, and you have to wait a couple seconds for the water to get in, and then they have to time you of you getting out of the vehicle. High altitude. I don't know what the LO stands for. Halo. What does Halo stand for? Halo jump. Low opening. Oh, okay, so that means they got to hit a target very precisely. Let me see. Is a specialized type of skydiving used by military special forces where jumpers exit an aircraft at a high altitude and deploy their parachutes at a much lower altitude. This allows for a longer free fall and a stealthier approach, as the aircraft can remain at a high altitude undetected at a high undetected altitude.
And wearing full combat gear.
That's if you're wondering, if you've played the game Metal Gear Solid 3, Nigel's actually sat through and watched me play it. In Metal Gear Solid 3, or in Delta when it comes out, Snake is brought in using the world's first Halo jump. So that's where they get that from.
Training takes place in a Dunker simulator, a rotating machine that mimics the disorientation of a water crash.
Holy Jesus Christ, that has got to be so disorienting.
Marines learn to locate exits, manage panic.
That is insane that we have the technology to just do this now. This is crazy.
Stay composed while disoriented and underwater.
So even when you shoot the helicopter down, you're like, oh, we got him, guys. And then you're just fucking dead. Because they're not dead, because they've been trained to leave a fucking falling helicopter. Like, that is crazy.
Scenarios include visual and contact navigation to find emergency exits within seconds.
You notice how they had to wait a certain amount of time? They want to make sure that it's complete. It is the way it is.
Recon parachute operations enable stealth insertions into enemy territory via KC-130 Hercules aircraft, while MV-22 Ospreys and
I couldn't do that. I would have to have somebody push me out of the airplane. I don't know if I could, like, I couldn't do that.
Recon units train alongside.
I mean, I guess because, like, at a certain height, it doesn't really feel like you're up in the air, if that makes any sense.
Japanese allies to strengthen bilateral defense cooperation.
I can say that because I've never been in an airplane, so I don't know anything about it.
And regional stability.
Bro, I bet they have a lot of fun doing that.
The KC-130 Hercules serves primarily as a tactical transport and aerial refueling aircraft, supporting both ground and air operations.
I mean, I might do it for a stream. That'd be kind of a crazy stream. I would love to do shit like this for streams.
Force Recon swim qualifications test a Marine's endurance and survival skills.
Well, like, that probably wouldn't work if you threw something out the back of the helicopter or plane that I really wanted. Because, like, my mentality is you just broke it, so, like, I'm not gonna risk my life to go down there and get it. It's probably broken now. Like, even if I did jump out after it, there's no way I'd be able to find it. in all that air.
in challenging aquatic conditions.
Dobbs. Set.
Water survival screening includes a 500-yard swim to evaluate stamina.
And not necessarily jumping out of the plane. I couldn't like sit there on the edge like that of the plane ramp and look down because I wouldn't be able to go then. That's what I meant by I said I couldn't do it.
and open water proficiency.
Okay? So when you're doing the underwater, that's when you take in water. But when you black out, everything shunts off.
It's kind of crazy to think that even firearms nowadays don't need to be dry to fire.
It's
impressive.
Everything you got. Everything.
Marines must tread water for 10 minutes, ensuring they can stay afloat in emergencies.
Have a smoke trail? Yeah, I'd imagine if you had a smoke trail, I could probably find it.
Come on, Dice. Come on. Finish out.
The real question is, would I be able to actually
The
grab it?
test includes equipment removal and underwater escape drills that simulate real-life combat water scenarios.
If you can't,
What the
kick your
fuck
leg.
is that? Oh yeah, they gotta do climbing. Yep. I bet that sucks. I bet that day sucks.
And operational planning.
Yo, low-key, that's the best thing I've ever seen. What the fuck is that thing? They got little robots now? Bro, where the goddamn laser guns at? How we this advanced? We ain't got laser guns yet. What's going on here? We got robots for testing dummies, but we ain't got laser guns?
Live fire exercises focus on movement to contact.
Hey, look at that
ambush
fucking
it.
robot. People are gonna be like 30 years or 40 years in the future. They're gonna be looking at this and being like, what the fuck is that thing? It doesn't even move. It doesn't walk or talk. Why is it on wheels? Watch. You think I'm lying? Watch.
And defensive posturing under real conditions.
Bro doesn't even have arms, man.
Urban
That's
and rural
crazy.
combat drills improve decision-making under stress and adaptability across diverse terrain.
I don't really think there's much else here. IMD Aviation. Like I said, hit them up. Subscribe, hit the like. Their link will be down in the description to find their video.